What is up, guys? My name is Andrew and welcome back to Space Engineers Survival. This is episode number 40 and we are back in our space base. In this episode, we're going to be working on more of our space base. This is probably going to be the final episode of just straight up building. So we're going to try to get a lot done. But before we do, we have a time lapse that we did off camera just before this episode where we did a little bit of work on the base and I want to show you that now. So here we go, time lapse. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that time lapse. Let me show you what we did from the inside over here. So first of all, we extended this little side over here. So before the wall actually went to about here, we extended it a little bit so that we could include this little bay right there. And also we extended this airlock so it's all the way on the end of this little walkway. We might still go further that way, which is why I haven't capped it off right there, because we might go into the asteroid at some point. Someone mentioned in the comments it'd be a really good idea to try and put our ammo containers inside the asteroid just in case we get attacked, because ammo containers, as of a recent update, maybe like a month or two ago, can now explode when there's ammo inside them. So yeah, it'd be a good idea to put them inside the asteroid as opposed to out here where they can get damaged. In addition to that little change over there, we also added some lights, which you can see around here. I have my flashlight off and we can still see very easily. So there's the lights. I added a little bit of stuff in here, a little shelf here, a little bit of boxes there. Just looks cool. And finally, we pressurized the little staircase over here. So this whole thing is now pressurized. Does not have lights yet, but it's now pressurized. And that is good because now we can walk in here without losing our air. In addition to that, we laid out pretty much the groundwork for what's going to become our bottom floor, which is what we're going to work on this episode. I'm going to turn on my flashlight because we don't have lights down here yet, but we're going to work on that this episode. And of course, our bottom floor is where we're going to house our reactors mainly and our tanks. So we're going to house our reactors, our oxygen and hydrogen tanks. And also someone else commented it would be a good idea to house some houses down here, some little rooms, you know, some places that we could like maybe like have like a little living quarters or something. That'd be kind of cool. So I think we're going to probably do that. I still don't really know how we're going to lay it out, but I have just kind of the groundwork here. So I guess let's work on the shell a little bit first. We're going to hop out here. It's going to lose a little bit of oxygen because we currently don't have a way to suck out the air yet. It's fine. We don't really need to. But anyways, yeah, you can kind of see how this is planning on going. I even added a couple of these things right here, which are going to eventually be made and they're going to close and they're going to enclose this area. So it's actually going to be airtight in here, which is going to be cool. I also did this actually. I don't know if I'm going to keep this, but I did this little thing where we can kind of like walk down here to the top and just kind of, you know, because if the drop pod's here, we can actually get inside like that. I don't know. Is this a good idea? Does this look bad? What do you guys think? But anyway, let's get back down here and we'll start working on what's going to be the ground area. First and foremost, I don't really know how I think about it. I feel like this should come inward because I'm looking at the base right here. I don't think it should be like a big square just kind of floating there. I think it would be nicer if it tapered kind of this way a little bit. So if this kind of tapered that way, making it a little bit less jutting out. I think that would be kind of cool. So let's see if we can maybe accomplish something like that. Maybe from here we come inward, or maybe from here. Okay, so if I do something like this, it doesn't look that bad, does it? Let me go 3 this way and see what that looks like from here. Okay, real quick, I want to check how many steel plates we're rocking. Steel plate, just check this out. Okay, so we have 3,000 to work with. I want to make a couple more. I don't know how much iron we have. What are these? Wait, what? Oh, this is AI enabled stuff. Okay. Sometimes I forget what mods we have. I think this must be new though. We'll have to check that out eventually. But I'm thinking of doing something like this. So I'll keep this face right here, but I'll curve this and that inward. So I'll curve all this kind of inward a little bit, and it should look decent, maybe. I don't know. We'll see what it looks like in the end. But I don't. Should I bring this out one more? I wonder. Okay, actually, you know what? Let's scrap this. Scrap this for now. Undo. We're gonna start with block like this. Yeah, okay, I'm starting to get it. I'm starting to get it. I think I'm starting to see what's gonna look nice here. Okay, we're going to replicate this right here because we have that. So I'm gonna come here with this block like that. And then we're gonna go inward from there. All right, so this is kind of what I'm thinking. So I think we keep the face right here. So it's gonna stay like one flat face going down this way. We might even stick like a little hanger or something going in this way. I don't know how that would really look. But then this side right here is gonna curve downward like this until we get to that floor, which we're almost at. So we're almost able to start building this. But yeah, so we're gonna go down a little bit further here. Okay, so this right here is about the ground level, so that's where we're gonna kind of hold that there. So I think it looks pretty cool, this little curve inward. It's gonna stay at the, I don't know about the hanger right here though, because if I put a hanger here, I mean, it would look pretty good. We could always stick a hanger on this side, that might look even better. Just a little hanger right here.
Inventory full.
Okay, we're out of inventory. Let me weld a couple blocks actually. Yeah, I think that's what we do. I think we put just a little hanger here for a smaller ship that'll be able to go down here. We'll come in like this on the sides. So let's do something like this. We'll frame it. There we go. All right, I think I kind of like that. Just a little hanger here, big enough for like a small grid ship, like one of these, for instance. Just like a little miner. We could put a couple of them down here. I mean, we have so much space under here to build with, so that's why I'm thinking maybe we do this. We could have like a little, I'm thinking what we do is we have this be the exit to the hangar, but we have maybe a couple little bays right here, like 3 little areas where ships could chill. And then over here, we do like the reactors and the tanks and stuff. So I think that would be a good idea. Because again, this base is massive. We have a lot of room to play with here. So I'm not worried about spending a little bit of it. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab a door, one of our hangar doors. And they actually added these cool ones right here, these warfare hangar doors, windowed and not windowed. I think I'm gonna try and use those. That's what I'm using over here, by the way, on the side. So I think I'm gonna try to use these facing this way, not in here, because we want that to be the exit area, but just about right here. I'm gonna put a block up there and a block down here and a block right there and a block right there. And we're gonna see if we can stick the hangers now. Should have exactly enough space for them. And I want to actually weld these up as well. Well, actually I have too much steel plate on me. All right, there we go. This is our little doorway right here. I redid the top as well, so that's a little bit more airtight. Let's see what it looks like from outside, actually. Yeah, I kind of like that. I think that looks pretty cool. It looks like these just kind of go in there. And yeah, we might have to redo this so it looks a little bit better. I don't know. I mean, we could technically just remove this and then do something like this. Would that look better? I don't know that that would look much... that does look a little bit better, actually, I think. It just kind of going into the side. But yeah, basically, okay, so this is our little hangar right here. You kind of come in this way, and then, yeah, I mean, this is going to be the walkway. There's going to be like a big hallway, kind of like what we did up top. We're going to mirror that. But over here, maybe we'll have a couple of bays for ships. Okay, so I'm thinking this right here is going to be the walkway. You sort of come out of this little stairwell right here, which I just vented again. But you come out of the stairwell, you've got this walkway. You'll have a window to the right where you can see a beautiful view of Triton as well as Pertam. And then over here, walkway. This right here is going to be covered off because this is still the drop hatch for the dropship over there. And there's another one right there. This right here will be a room of probably the power room. So we might have 1 or 2 reactors here. We could honestly split this room if we wanted to. We could have tanks over there, reactor right there. But if we run out of space, what we might as well do is we might come back this way and kind of lean the base back a little bit around the back here for the bottom. I think that would look pretty cool, especially if you're coming over here toward this base. I think it would look awesome seeing the base kind of like zoop to a little bit of that right there. I think that would look cool. By the way, this walkway looks so much more amazing now that we have some base right there. You can actually see that you're walking into this giant sort of thing. And you can only see half the base, by the way. You can only see the bottom floor. You can't even see the top 2 floors. So Yeah, this really is kind of a massive base. So I think what we're going to do, by the way, I haven't talked about this yet, but I think after this episode, what we're going to do is we're going to build the drop pod, probably next episode, and we're going to go down to Pertam and do some Pertam stuff, because Pertam stuff is fun. Eventually, when we get bored of Pertam, we're going to come back up here, and then we'll maybe work on some of this stuff right here. Maybe get some trade outposts around this area so that we can do some trading. But yeah, so this is going to hold until a later date. Because right now we're just working on the main base part. You know what I think we do just for the hangar? I think we go down a block. Let's go down a block like this. The hangar will... So you'll come in and you'll have some room. Okay, so it'll open up a little bit and you'll have some room to fly. Which means this is actually going to go down one more. This walkway level will still be up here though. I think I kind of like that. It's just that right there that's going to be down one level. So the ships have a little bit more space. Let's build this up and then we will... build in the actual floor to this, which will be down here. All right, so in here, what I think we're gonna do is I think we're gonna have big windows on, actually, which side would they be on? Would they have to be, I think they could be on this side. Okay, let me go to my windows, which I think are over here. Do I have the big window on this? Yeah, the 2x3 is what I'm looking for. Let me see if I can grab some girders. Do you have any girders? Yes, you do. Thank you. Okay, we have 20 girders to our name. Okay, so we're gonna do... I guess we'll do the light side, or do we do the dark side facing in? I guess we do the light side, because why not? Light side there, and then we're not gonna have one up there. I think maybe we'll have blocks here, so do something like this. Not right there, though. We don't want to block this area. Yeah, so we'll bring the roof down one. Which actually does make sense a little bit because this is where the those things will go anyway. Okay, there we go. I kind of like that. I don't know if I want to put windows on the side here. I guess it wouldn't be that bad because then you'd be able to see through here, which would look kind of cool. So I guess I should put a couple windows. But the only problem is I'd have to put the windows kind of on this side, so I'd have to make them look like this. All right, I'm actually gonna double window this right here. I'm double windowing it because I want this to be a flush side right here so that if the thing falls, it doesn't get caught on any of this stuff right here. Okay, just windows all around. I think I actually like that. So with these windows in here and then with these things built right here, this should be fully airtight. You know what? Yeah, let's build these windows. I don't know if we'll have enough blocks for them all, but let's try. I think I have a lot of steel plates in my inventory, so I just need to run around and build stuff. All right, there we go. We still have 2 windows outside over there that are not welded, but that's fine. We'll get to them later, just like we'll get to those blocks later. Ooh, we have a processing ship Mark II that just spawned. Okay. Well, let me grab a couple of steel plates because I have a couple more things I want to weld, and then we should be good because this should be airtight. Let's see. So weld this. And is that it? Yeah, we shouldn't need to weld those things over there. These are done. I need to weld this, actually. And we'll see if this is airtight. We're gonna have to stick a thing in here as well, though. A vent. I think we're pretty good. All right, let's close this right here. By hitting that button. That's gonna close those guys down there, which, might I add, look really cool, really nice and smooth. Look at that. Now, this is supposed to have a window. Oh, they do have little windows. That's kind of cool. So you can kind of see the void out there. Yeah, I like that. I like that look. So with that closed, my question is, are we gaining oxygen? And the answer is yes, we are actually outputting oxygen, although it has stopped, I think. No, it has not stopped. It's actually still going. Okay, so that is now airtight. Awesome. We now have one full one of these things airtight, which means we now have to be a little bit more careful whenever we're taking this thing out. Probably off camera, I'll go through and do a couple of timer block stuff because I want to get this to do the same thing as the other hangar's doing. We need it to suck out air, then we need it to close and lock that door, and then we need it to close that thing right there. So it needs to be a whole process to close it. But anyways, all right. Okay, next step, we're gonna need a lot of, let me close that and open this. It's gonna suck out all of our air, but it's fine. I need a lot of steel plates in here because we're gonna go do the power and the other thing. And so the way this is gonna go, how many blocks do we have here, I wonder? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 12 blocks here, which means there's no even split point. That's fine though. Power room doesn't need to be that big, but what I think we want is a 3x3 area. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 2 area for walking, and then that's good. So we'll cut it right there. which is close to the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's a little bit not centered, but that's fine. We don't necessarily need it to be centered for this. So we're going to cut it right there, and then I think what we're going to do is 1, 2, 3. We're going to come out this way a little bit so that we have that little bit of a side thing that I said was going to look pretty cool. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's have a space in the middle between those two, and then let's say that's the wall right here. Okay, so I think this is going to look pretty good. Let's get our stuff in here. So I left one space here, and then we have the, we'll put the reactor here. So we're gonna have 2 big reactors. That might be overkill, but why not? Always plan for the future, rather. And we're gonna set them up like this. So we're gonna have one right there with a space right there. Then we're gonna have one right here, and then in between those, we're gonna have one of our little pipes, one of our cool little pipe things. Go in between them like that. That's gonna look cool. And then right here, we're probably gonna have this come up and over, so that it connects to the main setup. Although, that's actually perfectly in line here. So what we could do then is we could actually instead use a T-junction here, which I think would look cool. T-junction. There we go, build a little T-junction like that, which actually is gonna fit because we do need this to also come out this way and go down there for those. Now, what I don't like is how this isn't really in line here. It would be nice if this was a wall, wouldn't it? Okay, actually I kind of really like this. So we're gonna have it look like this. So this is gonna come this way, and that's gonna be what the ceiling's gonna sort of look like. So you won't be able to see this this big tube up there. I think it'll look pretty cool this way. You'll just see the tube coming down in there and connecting those two to this thing. How much is this gonna take for us to make? Oh, we need superconductors. Oh, this is gonna be a project. We're probably not gonna be able to make these two right now. Can I even make some of these? We should have the materials. I'm gonna right click and see if we can. All right, we're missing a couple things, which let's see, are we still able to carry stuff? Okay, we're missing metal grids, superconductors, and reactor components. That's gonna be a pain. The metal grids though, let's stop building. We've probably built enough of those. The metal grids are easy because we have the stuff. We got the cobalt last episode. That's easy. The superconductors are probably easy, just gold and iron, and we only need 100 of them. The reactor components, on the other hand, well, we need 2,000 of them. That's the only issue. Let's see. Can you make those? Okay, you make those, but very slowly. How fast do you make these? Okay, this is going to be a fun thing. We're just going to let them make. Let's make these first because these go quicker. We're just going to let them make, and then we'll eventually get that in there. But what we can do for now, while we can't do that, while we can't actually get this thing up and running, we can at least get this room up and running, which is going to be our tank room. Tanks. Okay, so this room, how are we going to set this one up? I'm thinking, okay, let me get my tanks out here. So hydrogen tank, we want one of those. Oh, small hydrogen tank goes on a big ship? I didn't realize that. We're going to use a large hydrogen tank though. I think this warrants it. And we're going to do the same thing. I think we're going to go out one like this and then put it right there. How high does that go? That's actually pretty good. Now, do we want 2 hydrogen tanks though? I feel like we'll have enough room because we can put oxygen tanks on the other side. So let's go out like this. We'll do the same thing we did on this one. We'll leave a gap, and then we'll put the next one right here. So we have 2 hydrogen tanks, which again could be overkill, but we're planning for the future. Again, we're going to Pertam next episode or the episode after. I don't know for sure, but we're gonna come back here eventually. So this is like. Eventually we'll come back here and work more on this base. It'll be prepared for the future. Okay, so that's gonna be our wall right there. Then we're gonna have our little 2 walkway. And then all on this left side, I think we're gonna have a bunch of... what we could do actually is, if we come this way, we could have oxygen tanks. Okay, so the oxygen tanks only come in the one size, and that's the small kind of oxygen tank looking thing. So what I think we're gonna do is we're gonna stick a couple on this side, 1, 2, 3, maybe right there, and then we'll stick 1, 2, 3 over here, I think, just like that. And I think that'll be perfect for our oxygen tanks. We don't really need any more than that, and that'll probably keep us good with them. We're getting a lot of sunlight. Where is it coming from? Oh, it's coming from over there. Okay, the sun is rising on Pertam. All right. Wow, yeah, that makes everything so much brighter. Okay, what's this gonna look like now that the base is kind of encompassing it a little bit? This is starting to look really weird because the base will be right there. I almost feel like we should have a window here so you can see into this, which wouldn't be too hard because it's a 3. So I could stick a nice window right there, perhaps. Would a window right there look good, or is that too low? Would we need a second window? We almost should have a second window, shouldn't we? Okay, and then of course for this, what are we gonna do? We're gonna do the 3 thing again right there. We're gonna come up, then use this one, and then we're gonna come out with this and connect to that. Now for this though, is this perfectly in line? Yes, it is. Somehow that has just managed to work itself out. I'm not gonna complain. We're gonna go this way with our 3. Yep, turn around that way, and we're gonna come over here and meet up with it. Where's our single piece? There it is. Okay, I think this is probably looking pretty good. So we have 6 oxygen tanks. We have 2 full hydrogen tanks. We have a lot of room to add more oxygen tanks if we want to, by the way. We could add them along the sides there, or we could even add them above right here as well if we wanted to. Actually, that would look pretty nice. Ooh, do we do that? I think we do that, actually. Let's double this up. All right, there we go. I think that looks a little bit better as well. Now we have 12 oxygen tanks and 2 full hydrogen tanks, which I don't know how that ratio matches up, but I think that's pretty good. You guys can tell me in the comments how overkill I'm going with this. I think, yeah, let me know. But yeah, okay, so window right here as well. Let's put that up using this one. I think that's the right way. Yeah, it is. Awesome. Window there, window there. Okay. And then the rest of this I think is going to be normal blocks. I don't think we really care about a window. Although, do we? That would be kind of nice to see a window right here. Maybe just right there, just a big window going straight up. But anyway, yeah, that's what it's going to look like. We have a lot of welding to do. But again, most of this is going to happen off camera. We'll put it in a time lapse at the start of next episode so you can see it. But I don't want to bore you with all the welding and all the. We probably have to go on a couple of iron trips to get all this stuff done. But yeah, I think it's going to end up looking pretty good. Right here, we'll do the same thing with a window. So we'll just leave a little bit of room for that. All right, now check this out. Before, when we, probably 3 episodes ago, when you walk across this thing, you would see nothing because the entire base was up there. So you would see only like space around you. Now you have this giant base. When you look to the left, you just see this massive building, and you look inside and it's just this huge sort of factory of oxygen tanks and stuff and hydrogen tanks. It's gonna look crazy. And then in here you see a big silo. I think this is starting to look really cool. Okay, let's get a couple of these tanks built up. We want to get at least one of each type built up, and I want to build them around the same time. Otherwise our O2/H2 generators are going to start generating at a weird pace. So what I could do is I could build up one of each tank and then make this connection at the same time. And that should probably do it pretty well. What is a gravity net mammon? That's the first time I've seen that one. I'm pretty sure that mod had an update actually when I started the game. So maybe they have some new stuff going on. Production, how you doing? I want to bring this back to the forefront of production. You are missing gold, so we'll eventually need to go get gold. We do know where some is in space though, so it's gonna be fine. But yeah, okay. So by the way, Build Planner is the best invention in the world. Thank you very much, whoever invented Build Planner. It's absolutely amazing, and I love it. I love it so much. We need large steel tubes, and that's it. Just a bunch of large steel tubes for this thing. Okay. Okay, this should be the hydrogen tank built. Luckily, it's not actually going to start sucking up any stuff until we connect it with that. So that's how we can sort of control when it starts doing stuff. So the problem I was talking about, if any of you guys don't know about this, pretty much whenever you have either a hydrogen tank or an oxygen tank, the O2H2 generator will start producing that thing and putting it into the tank. So if you only have a hydrogen tank and it starts producing hydrogen, all the oxygen that you could have gotten from that ice will just be like eliminated. It won't exist because it can't go anywhere. And the same thing happens if you have an oxygen tank but no hydrogen tank. So what we want to do is we want to have both tanks at the same time so that we can get as much as we can from the ice. Okay, so here we go. That is an oxygen tank set up. We want to get our second oxygen tank set up though, because that's how we connect. Okay, here we go. All components withdrawn, and there we go. Okay, so now what we can do is we can get these guys set up All right, last one, and there it is. Okay, so that should allow those to be connected. So we should now see this going up because the O2H2 generators up there should be working. It's not going up though. So are we missing a connection somewhere, or what's going on with this? I need to double check my connections. Unless it just took a second. All right, all the way up on this floor, I want to check to see how much ice this thing has. So our O2H2 generator actually does have some ice in it right here. It's just not doing anything. Oh, okay, it's now being filled. Okay, it wasn't before, but now it is being filled. So if we look at these, we should also see that these are being filled. Yeah, so we can see that the gas is actually going up in that, and it's also going up in that. So these are already at 14%, while this one is only at 0.4%. So we're gonna have way more hydrogen than oxygen unless we build a couple more of these. I think that's fine for now. We could, I mean, I guess we should have the materials to build a couple more of these. Let me see. Here is 2, and here is the connector for those 2. All right, so those should now also be filling up. They are not yet. You guys are still filling up. They should start filling up soon. I think there might be like a little grace period or something because these ones also started a little bit late. Okay, well, regardless, if they're not working, it's fine. These 2 are still working, and I guess once they get full, maybe they'll start using these ones, I guess. I don't know. But it's fine. We now have 4 oxygen tanks set up, as well as 1 giant hydrogen tank, which stores way more than these do. Okay, this is looking pretty good. I want to finish up the shell, actually, of the base. So I still haven't figured out how I'm going to bring this down. I want to mine out this. I don't think this is very good for our base. Let's get this gone. Oh, this is going to take so many steel plates. We have the back kind of going pretty well. I was thinking we're going to ramp this up a little bit like that. But I don't know. I mean, we can mine out this rock, I guess, and then do that still. But this is going to come this way and meet up with it. Yeah, we definitely have to mine out a little bit of rock for this. Okay, we have so many blocks here. This is actually going to take us a year to weld up. But no, it's going to be fine. It's not that many. Okay, it's probably going to take an hour of pure welding to weld this up. But yeah, I added a little hatch back here, by the way, or a little area. I don't know, it just seemed like it would fit perfectly here. Just like a little place where you put like a little maintenance hatch or something. I don't really know what we'd put out here. Maybe like a little, I don't know, what should we put out here? We'll do that next episode before we leave for Pertem. Let me know in the comments what you think we should put. We might put like a little room or something. I don't know. But, okay, let's, honestly, let's just weld blocks. Let's just weld a bunch of blocks. Let's see how far we can get with the iron that we have. Hey, turns out it gets me pretty far, actually. Check this out. We have the windows done. We have the some of the siding done right there. We have some of the interior blocks done over there. You can see down here we've done a little bit of the walkway areas. We still have plenty of steel plates. We still have a lot more that we need to do, but we ran out of steel plates. We still have a little bit more iron, but we're definitely going to have to go on an iron expedition to get all of the stuff for this. But again, I think I'm going to do this off camera. Or on camera on time-lapse mode, so you guys don't have to sit through me just welding everything, because I feel like that's a little bit boring just watching me weld a bunch of stuff. But anyways, there's one thing I want to try. We're getting close to where the end of the episode is going to be, because I don't want to go too long, but there's one more thing I want to try. Let's go up top. I want to see if we can suck out all the oxygen from a room now that we have the little oxygen stuff set up. So if I close this and let this, close this again, and let this oxygenate. Okay, it's still not liking our power usage. We're using a lot more than we really have, so we need to consider that a little bit. Let me see if any of these are open, because it's not wanting to power us. I bet you it's up here. Yeah, this door right there. I'm just gonna close this one up here. There we go. That should allow us to get some oxygen in here. Yep, that's starting to work. Awesome. Let's let that fill up, and I'm gonna try out the hangar room over there. So yeah, okay, so currently the hangar room is full right there. Let's go inside, lock the door. What I want to do is I want to press our open hangar button and see if it actually does well. Like if it pulls out all the oxygen from this room. So if I press this, it should be pulling the oxygen. It is trying. Now I gave it a 20-second window to do this, which I think is actually almost perfect for how much we have there. Okay, the oxygen is now gone, I think. So this should be opening any second. Open. There we go. And we don't have to worry about it sucking the oxygen out. because we sucked all the oxygen out ourselves. Awesome. Okay, so once it opens, we'll try the closing technique again as well. Let me see how this looks outside, actually. It doesn't look crazy from there. This looks the same. You can't actually tell that there's anything really below this, can you? Okay, that's fine. Let's go back in and close this door and see what it looks like. Okay, so it's going to close first, and then we're going to see that hopefully start to do stuff. Again, it's flickering. The power's flickering a little bit. You can see it every once in a while. But there we go. It's now giving us oxygen. Doors are still locked, by the way. See? And once the oxygen is all in, the doors will unlock momentarily. We gave ourselves a little bit too much time for this, but whatever. Better to give ourselves more time than less. Probably could have done with 10 seconds on the refill. Okay, and now we're good. Welcome back to the base. All right, everybody, I think that's where we're going to end this episode then. Let's take a look at what we've done in this episode. All we've done is the bottom floor stuff, which is the stuff we've kind of needed to do for a while. All the stuff down here, getting an oxygen and hydrogen tank set up so that we can actually pull air from a room and that sort of thing, as well as getting this set up. Now, again, this isn't really set up yet. But next episode we're going to do that. I think what we're going to do is next episode we'll do the last building episode. We'll finish all this. We'll get all this finished. And then the episode after that we'll probably go to Pertam. So for any of you who've been waiting to go to Pertam, don't worry, it is coming. We will be there, going there in 2 episodes. So, but otherwise, I hope you guys liked this episode. If you did, please hit the like button, put your comments and your suggestions down below in the comments section. And I will see you guys in the next episode of Space Engineers Survival.